discuss about the earlier chapter, that is the plant tissues. So in last class we discussed about the types of plant tissues. That is majorly the plant tissues are majorly categorized into two types: meristematic tissues and the permanent tissues. Again, in the meristematic tissue, that is there will be simple tissues. That will be there are four basic types of tissues in the plants. They are the meristematic tissues, dermal tissue, ground tissue, and vascular tissues. So meristematic tissues means tissues which bring about overall growth of the plant and repair, which can, that is whenever the plant get damaged, the damage is also repaired with the help of the meristematic tissues. These meristematic tissues, where we can find means we can find them at the tips of the root, tips of the stem, that is root tip, shoot tip. Shoot means stem. Okay, the tender stem we can call it as a shoot. Root tip and shoot tips. We can find the meristematic tissues. Okay, and tissues. And the tissues, the second type of tissues are dermal tissues. The tissues that form outer coverings are called as dermal tissue. Okay, so here, that is, there will be present outer coverings. Let me explain this for further class after this. And also the tissues, and the third type tissues are ground tissues. Tissues that form the bulk of the plant body. Okay, bulk, which makes packing, which helps in packing of the plant tissues inside the plant material. We can call it the bulk of the plant body. Okay, it's helping in the packing other tissues. We can call them as a ground tissues. And the last type of tissues, vascular tissues. The other name for vascular tissues are conducting tissues. Okay, that is here these tissues which help in transport of materials. That is transport of food and water. Okay, these types of tissues we are calling them as a vascular tissues. Okay, no? So first let me discuss about the meristematic tissues. Now only we discuss that meristematic tissues. Where we can find the meristematic tissues means they will be present most probably at the tip of the root and the tip of the shoot. Okay. Again, based upon the presence of the meristematic tissue, that is the presence of a particular part, we are again categorizing the meristematic tissues again into three types. I'll show you the picture. Those three types are apical meristematic tissues, intercalary meristematic tissues, and lateral meristematic tissues. Okay, so apical means the name itself indicating that it will be present on the apex portion. Apex means at the tips. Wherever we can find at the tips, we are calling it as a apical meristematic tissue. Okay, and lateral means sides of the plant parts. We are calling it as a lateral meristematic tissue. That is the tissue where we can find at the lateral sides, at the sides of the plant. We are calling them as a lateral meristematic tissue. And the intercalary meristematic tissue, that is it will be present in the middle. Okay, we are calling them as a intercalary meristematic tissues. Okay, I am finding out the picture here. Wait a second. Okay. Wait a second, I'll show you the picture of that.
మాకంగా పడుతుంది
ఆయన పేరు ఉంటుంది
root tip. Here Sorry. Okay, I'm getting. Yes. Okay, see here. So this is the onion root tip at the tip. At the tip, this we can find here the apical meristematic tissues and the lateral. Here you can find the lateral meristematic tissues, and in the middle, that is between the branches, wherever we can the leaves will arise. That wherever the fruits, leaves, flowers will arise, we can find the intercalary meristematic tissue. So apical meristematic tissue. What is the function of the apical meristematic tissues? Means meristematic tissues, they will be found that at the growing tips of the plant, which will bring about the growth in length of the plant. We can call them as a apical meristematic. This will bring about the length of the plant. It will bring about a growth in length of the plant. We can call them as a apical meristematic tissues. And the lateral meristematic tissues means the tissues which will present around the edges in a lateral manner, and giving rise to the growth in girth of the stem. Girth means width of the stem. So, for example, that is a regular, a general example is whenever the stem is in young in condition, that is the tender stems. If you see the width of the stem is very less. You can see very less. చాలా సన్నగా ఉంటుంది. Whenever the plant is in, whenever it will be grown into a big tree, you can see the huge tree. That is, the width will be increased. That is, here we are calling it as a girth. The girth of the stem will be bring about by with the help of the lateral meristematic tissues. Okay, and the last one, that is the intercalary meristematic tissue. That is here, wherever the branching is taking place, wherever the leaf will arises, wherever the flower will arises, we are calling the type of meristematic tissue as a intercalary meristematic tissue. Okay, intercalary meristematic tissue are otherwise called as cambium, we can call. Okay, got it? So meristematic tissues means the tissues which can bring about overall growth of the plant, and also whenever the plant get damaged, the damage will also be automatically repaid with the help of the meristematic tissues. Again, the meristematic tissues are categorized into three types based upon its position, based upon its presence in the plant. Apical meristematic tissue, okay, and intercalary meristematic tissue and lateral meristematic tissue. Apical meristematic tissue, apical means apex region, top region. So the name itself indicating here. So the tissues where they will be present at the tip of the stem or the tip of the root, which will bring about the growth in lengthwise. So we are calling it as a apical meristematic tissue. And the second one is the lateral meristematic tissue. That is, with the help of, they will be present at the lateral sides, that's the sides of the plant. Okay, at the sides of the plant, which will bring about the, which will increase the girth of the stem. Girth means width of the stem. We are calling it as a lateral meristematic tissue. Okay, girth we have to say here, normally width. ఓకే, దాన్ని ఏమంటారు, మందము అంటాం కదా, దాని యొక్క చుట్టుకొలత మామూలుగా చిన్నగా ఉన్నప్పుడు ప్లాంట్స్ బట్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది మహా అంటే ఇంత ఉంటుంది. సో వాట్ విల్ బి హ్యాపెనింగ్ హియర్, దట్ అంత సన్నగా ఉన్నది ఇంత పెద్దగా అయిపోతుంది. ఓకే, చాలా పెద్దగా అవుతుంది. సో దట్ ద గర్త్ విల్ బి బ్రింగ్ అబౌట్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ద that is lateral meristematic tissues. Okay, and the third one is that is intercalary meristematic tissues. That is wherever the branches will be arising, wherever the flower will be arising, wherever the leaf, fruit, wherever the growth of these parts will be taking place, they will be done with the help of the intercalary meristematic tissues. Okay, got it, Amma? So meristematic tissues. Meristematic tissues are which will bring about the overall growth. Overall growth means lengthwise, girthwise, and also the branching, arise of leaf, arise of flower, arise of fruit. We are calling it as the meristematic tissue. And the next one, that is the dermal tissue. Okay. Before discussing this, I want to show you the picture of that. These four types of tissues where they will be present. Okay. That is, what are the four types of tissues? Meristematic tissue. Okay. Dermal tissue, ground tissue, and also the vascular tissue. Okay, see here. So this is the dicot stem. So in your 8th class only, we already discussed that based upon the presence of cotyledons, the plants are majorly categorized into two types, dicots and monocots. Here we are seeing the dicot stem, TS of dicot stem. See here. So vascular bundles, that is the top shade. Here you can observe. These are the vascular bundles. These are the epidermis, that is the dermal tissue. Dermis. Epidermis is the dermal tissue. Okay. And wherever, that is here, wherever you can find the small cells. So here, the cell division, whenever the cells are undergoing the division. Okay. So these are the meristematic tissue regions and dermal tissue. And this is the fifth region, we are calling it as a ground tissue. Next one, that is the, here, these are the vascular bundles. Okay, got it, Amma? Okay, one more picture I'll show you that. Here also we can see. So here also a clear picture you can see here. These are the vascular tissues, vascular bundles. Okay, and this is the epidermis, dermal region. And this is the dermal region, and this is the vascular region. This is the dermal region, this is the vascular region. Okay, and this is the ground tissue region, and and inside the first portion beneath the dermal region will be having the meristematic region. Okay, so these are the parts of the dicot stem. These are the four types of tissues, the residing parts of the four types of tissues in the plant. Okay, and now we will discuss about the general characteristics of the meristematic tissues. Okay, so from by reading, that is by discussing these three types of meristematic tissues, we generally conclude that meristematic tissues. So here they will be most probably present both in the apex region only, that is in the shoot tip and root tip. In last class we discussed one activity, that is the onion root tip. So whenever we cutted the onion root tips, the roots won't be grown in the lengthwise. Why? Because the growing region is present at the tips of the roots. So that's why only whenever we cutted the growth of, we aren't to find the growth of the roots in lengthwise. Okay, got it? Okay, and next one here, what are the characteristic features of the meristematic region means? So meristematic tissues means cells in the meristematic tissues are small and having the thin cell walls. They will be very small and having the thin cell walls. Now only we discussed the diagram. Okay, whenever if you see the diagram of that, whatever we have seen now, I'll show you again once. Okay, see here the meristematic region. So see here the meristematic region here. This is the cells. Comparing to the other tissues, the meristematic cells are very small and having a thin cell wall. Okay, and they will be living with prominent nucleus. They will be having a prominent. Prominent means abundant. That is, it will be visible more probably. The nucleus is very prominent and also having abundant cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is also present in more. large amount we can say. And the cells are compactly arranged. Here you can see the cells are very closely arranged. The cells are very closely arranged here. Here also you can observe comparing to these cells here the meristematic. The meristematic comparing here. Here you can observe the cells are compactly arranged. Compact means very closely, tightly arranged without having any intercellular spaces. Okay, and also the cells are continuously dividing. The cells are continuously dividing. So that's why here division is taking place. That's why only we are finding the growth here. Okay, the cells are continuously dividing. Very important characteristic features of the meristematic tissues or meristematic cells. Cells in the meristematic tissues are small and having very thin cell wall. Okay, living with prominent nucleus and abundant cytoplasm. The cells are compactly arranged without any intercellular spaces, and also the cells are continuously dividing. So that's why only we are calling them as a growth regions or what you can say growing regions of the plant body. Okay, got it? And the next one is, next type of tissue is dermal tissue. Dermal tissue. Then now only we discuss that it will be present outer coverings of the cell. Okay, outer coverings of the cell we can find the dermal tissue. Okay, so dermal tissue usually consisting of a single layer. Okay, single layer of cells. Based upon the functions and location on their presence, based on the presence of location, their functions will be varied. Okay, and that means if they will be present on the upper parts of the plant, the function of it is protection. If they will be present inside the body parts, inside the plant body part, their function will be varied. So like that, now we'll discuss what are their other functions that is instead of protection. Okay, so here basically these tissues are divided into, based upon the presence of its location, they will be divided, categorized into three types: epidermis, mesodermis, and endodermis. Epidermis means what? Outermost layer. If the dermal layer is present outermost layer, we are calling it as the epidermis. If it is present in the middle layer, we are calling it as a mesodermis. And it is present innermost layer, we are calling it as a endodermis. Okay, so here the walls of the epidermis, that is the walls of the dermal tissue, are comparatively thicker than that of the walls of the meristematic tissues. Okay, if we are comparing with the meristematic tissues, the walls of the dermal tissue is very thicker. If we can take the desert plants, the best example, if you can see the aloe vera. If you can see that, if you will compare that aloe vera leaf with the normal plant, you can observe that the thickness of the leaf. Why? Because of the presence of the dermal tissue. In that, the dermal tissue is present in many layers. Why? Because to prevent the evaporation, to prevent the transpiration of water from the leaves. Okay, got it? And here, and also if you can see here in desert plants, if you touch that, if you add one drop of water, that the drop